And welcome back to Traffic Talk with Ashley Moran from the Acadiana Planning Commission. And we're continuing our enjoyment of back-to-school traffic and some reminders and all that good stuff. Hey, one thing that you really need to kind of get your mind back into, the school areas, the school zones.
Yes, school zones. So, obviously, there's a lot of state laws regarding the operation of school zones, and there's usually typically law enforcement in there, especially the first week of school. We have this program called the Back to School Safety Program, where we're partnering with local law enforcement to do safety enforcement there, because we have had, unfortunately, in the state of Louisiana, children killed in school zones, and no child should be killed on their way to school. It's horrific. So one of the main things is that there is a law that completely prohibits holding your cell phone in your hand while you're in a school zone, which, it's a big issue because a lot of people will stay in queue in those school zones for hours on end. And, I don't recommend that at all. Please don't do that because it just ties up our road. But in general, listen to a podcast, listen to music, do something else besides being on your phone, because there will be officers out there looking for that and ticketing people and tracking that for us. Another one is there was a new law last year with regards to dropping off kids in school zones. It happened because there was a fatality in Slidell involving a child crossing a school zone, a school's pickup line and being killed. So watch for that. Follow the procedures of your schools.
That law? Or what exactly?
It's named after the child. I can't remember it exactly. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's basically the school has to do a lot of work in terms of, they're having a person there taking the child out of the car, that kind of thing.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's basically, in making sure that kids don't cross in front of the the school pickup and drop off.
And definitely
line.
be mindful of your crosswalk people too.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of kids that walk to school. I've gotten into, we have a lot of documented proof that a lot of the kids in Lafayette, especially in your neighborhood schools like Broadmoor, Woodvale, Alamo, there are lots of kids walking and biking to school, which is great. And more kids should do that. It's just
you just got to be mindful.
Yeah, it's just good. As a driver, please be mindful. But yeah, those kids are getting in a little bit of exercise for the day. They're probably a little bit more chill than the other kids. So it's a great way of transportation. But yeah, watch for those if you're in your car.
Well, Ashley, thank you so much for all these helpful tips. We're going to see you next week. Good luck with the start of school. I know we're all kind of
sorry.
Oh boy. And we will see you next week here. Also, we'll be tracking